If you're thinking about getting 2 green cheek conures, number 1, no, this is not a green cheek conure. Number 2, should you get them at the same time or not? Do you train them at the same time? Hey guys, I'm Kaylin, the author of the Parrot, Bliss, Bomb. Please be sure to get your copy on Amazon.com today. I have over 20 species of parrots. I love parrots. I'm all about parrots. Today I have my hawkhead with me, Dakota, who got the nickname Land Shark because she's a little sharky. If you're used to hanging out, thank you for hanging out. I love hearing that my videos are helping you. Sometimes I get people saying that they're very informational. That's awesome. If you have any questions, make sure to post below. Now, if you're used to hanging out, you probably already subscribed, you already hit your preferences so that YouTube lets you know when the next video posts, or you've hopefully considered becoming a member. I love my members. Let's get going. So let's say you're looking at getting 2 Puria birds. That Puria, that is the Latin name for the family of birds that includes several, including crimson-bellied conures, green cheek conures, the black-cap conures, and I saw a rosy-fronted conure. Gosh, they're gorgeous. You can't find them. I was at someone's private collection. But anyway, if you're considering getting 2, should you get them at the same time or wait? You should get them at the same time. Why? Some people will tell you that you get 1, you create a bond with 1, then you get the second one. Here's the problem with that. Some people will tell you you should get 1 first, bond with it, and then get the second. Why do I not agree? I don't agree because here's what I think happens, and I saw it in some green cheek conures that were surrendered to us. They were sisters in the sense that they were in the same home, but they had gotten 1 first and then they had gotten the second one about 6 months later. Here's what happens. Let's pretend for a minute that Land Shark is a green cheek conure and it's just she and I hanging out. Land Shark thinks then that I am her flock. Now, green cheek conures, crimson-bellied conures, basically conures in general with at least 1 exception, they pick 1 bonded mate. Now, picking 1 bonded mate means that when you bring another conure home, they're like, who is this intruder stealing you away from me? I don't like him. I'm going to attack that new bird. They do this because they've already created a bond with you. Now, if you get them at the same time, you might mistakenly think that they're going to bond with each other and not you. I have not seen this to be true with conures. As a matter of fact, I have a girlfriend who visits sometimes, like at most once a year. And when she comes, 2 of my conures won't get off her shoulder. They're a pair, they're a bonded pair, and they're always with her. Why? Because if you're spending time with your conures, then what happens is you're a part of the flock too. I'm not exactly sure what it is, but I think it's because we're human. They know we're different. They're interested. They're curious about us. They like us. One of the things that happens is they bond and they'll keep each other company in their cage. And now, because you brought them home at the same time, the cage is theirs. It's not one of theirs, because if one bird is in the cage and owns the cage, and then later on you bring the second bird home, now we have territory wars. So now we need a whole new cage. Instead, if you bring them both home at the same time, they're in their cage together, they're preening each other, they're keeping each other company, they're happy, and then you're spending time with them. When you're spending time with them, they're going to bond with you. When it comes to training, it's different though. For training, you're going to leave one of them in the cage or a play area. You're going to go in a separate space so that they can't see each other, at least initially, and then you're going to work on training your conure. What's up? What's up? What's up? Mwah! I stole a kiss. You're going to do this and separate the conures because initially you want your conure paying attention to you. you've got a treat, or whatever you're doing. Maybe you've got a stick if you're doing the stick training, and you've got their attention. If there's another bird there, they're going to be paying attention to the other bird. So at least initially, until you've developed a certain amount of training, you're going to do one at a time, and then you're going to switch, and the one that was in the other room is going to come in. This one's going to go in the other room. So the training goes one at a time, where they can't see each other, so that their whole focus is on you. Once they're trained enough and they know what's going on, they know what training is, you'll start to be able to bring them out. I would, if you can, I would get 2 different stands, and you always train on the same stand, each bird, because then you put them on their stand and they know from nonverbal communication and cues, they're on their training stand, that it's training time. And like I said, when they're trained enough, then you can have each one on their stand and train them at the same time. Initially it might be tricky, but before you know it, you'll be like Chan the Birdman, and you'll have your parrots out all at the same time, and you'll be doing a fantastic job. He can work with them at the same time because he's put the time in. That is always the magic ingredient. So if you want 2 birds, I commend you. You should get 2. They're super social. Conyers are also super social. There are some parrot species that aren't as social. Conyers, they're one of the more social ones. So getting 2 is fantastic. And then they are used to bigger flocks. They will still like you. You don't worry about that, as long as you have that magic ingredient of time. Thank you for joining me in this blissful video. If you have any questions, like I said before, make sure to comment below. If your parrot is stressed out for any reason, or you want to help strengthen their immune system, make sure to get a bottle of Tink's must-have Parrot Relief on parrotbliss.com. And then Miss Landshark, who plucks her feathers when we adopted her as an adult. She was already a plucker. And so she gets some of Tink's oil. But, you know, there she is. Look at her, preening away. Thanks, and I'll catch you next time.